Hey guys, it's me, Mario, and I am very peeved right now. For some reason, every time I try to upload this, it kept going to private video. It kept choosing private video even though I clicked public. So I'm recording this again, and I hope it goes public. So we were on chapter 1, a new adventure. Tom and Elena stopped at a fork in the road. The road to the east led toward the farmland of Eventia. The road to the north would guide them into the kingdom's mighty mountains. Tom knew which one they needed to take to find the next beast in their quest. He feared this mission was going to be even more dangerous than the last. Behind him, he felt Elena shiver as she looked at the mountain peaks in the distance, wrapped in dark, ominous clouds. "Let's go, Elena. We'll be right. We'll be all right," Thomas said. Then, sensing his friend's nervousness, he added with a smile, I've got you and the mud for protection, haven't I?" The mud, well, thank you. "Well, thank you very much," Elena whispered to her pet, Silver, who was sniffing some bushes nearby. "Come on, boy, let's teach our friend some manners." She pointed at Tom, and the wolf pounded across and playfully nipped his heels. "Ow!" "Ow!" Tom cried. Take it back, Elena demanded. All right, I take it back," Tom laughed. Elena gave another short whistle. Silver immediately left Tom alone and trotted obediently by Storm's side. Tom smiled. They were in this together. The four of them set out on the road to the north. Before he'd met Elena, Tom had been chosen by King Hugo and his royal advisor, Wizard Eldoro, for this quest. He was to save the kingdom of Eventia from beasts who had been trapped by the spell of Malville, the dark wizard, and were destroying the land. Tom's mission was to free them from the curse, so they could protect Eventia once more. He wished with all his heart that his father Teledon the Swift could see him as he took part in the biggest adventure of his life, but his father had disappeared when he was a baby. Before the quest, Tom thought the beasts only existed in legend, but now that he had fought and freed two of them himself, Fernal the fire dragon and Sepron the sea serpent, he knew just how real they were and how deadly they could be. So far, he and Elena had survived by working together. Now they had to face a new challenge that lurked in the mountains of the north. Arcta, the mountain giant. I gotta get something to drink, because I'm thirsty. How y'all doing today? Hope you're doing great. Because I tried to upload this video like twice already and it kept going private, so I don't know why. They traveled north through the foothills for some time. Then Tom brought Storm to a halt. The trail before them led up a steep hill, surrounded by boulders and trees. Let's check we're going the right way, he said. He fumbled for the magic map Wizard Elder had given him and unrolled it. Pine trees and mountains rose up from the old parchment, standing as tall as Tom's thumbnail. The path they were following glowed. Another day's ride and we should reach the town, Elena said, peering over her shoulder. Tom looked closely at the map. The town was surrounded by 5 jagged mountains, and the road leading to it was long and winding. One part looked blocked by a landslide. He touched it and a plume of dust rose up from the map. They might have to find another way around. Tom had never tried to climb a mountain before. Could it be as steep and as dangerous as he imagined? We'd better make camp soon, he said. We're going to need all our energy to get up the mountain pass tomorrow. They continued up the hill. At the top they stopped suddenly. Mountains stretched as far as they could see. Dark shadows filled the folds and gullies. While the summit seemed to blaze in the late afternoon sun, like rows of sharp teeth. The mountains stood out against the deep blue sky. It's beautiful, whispered Elena. Tom nodded. He'd seen anything on his quest so far, but no landscape as breathtaking as this. They noticed a ragged group of men coming down the trail towards them. Tom gripped his sword. One of the men called out a greeting as they drew near. Tom could see he was carrying a young boy over his shoulder. Then the group reached them. Tom and Elena saw that the men were traders, but they looked dirty and tired. And the boy appeared to be injured. His head was wrapped in a bloody strip of cloth. Can you help us? The man carrying the boy asked. Do you have any water? All our supplies have been destroyed. Tom immediately passed him his water canteen. What happened? What happened? We were part of a trading caravan, bringing supplies to the town, the man explained, setting the boy down and giving him some water. There was a landslide and we were lucky to survive. What triggered it? Asked Elena. We don't know. The mountains are usually very stable, but the weather was odd, and the giant spluttered the injured boy. It was a giant. Tom and Helena exchanged glances. Don't mind Jack, one of the men said quickly. He got a bump on the head. The first man said grimly, I hope you two aren't going into the mountains. I'm afraid we are, Tom said. The mountains are dangerous, even in the best conditions, he warned, looking concerned. The main road is blocked now, and the weather's bad. I'd turn back. That's what we're doing. We don't have a choice, Tom said bravely. Well, if you must go, take this. The trader handed Tom a short length of rope. It's not much, but it's all I have in return for your kindness. It may come in handy. Thank you, Tom said. They gave the traders some more of their water and all the food they could spare. Then said goodbye. Beware of the giant. Beware of the giant, the boy called back as the traders made their way south. Tom, Elena, Storm, and Silver pressed north. Soon the sky grew dark and began to drizzle, and the ground became muddy. We'd better hurry up and make camp, Elena said. We're going to get soaked. Tom scanned the next hill and spotted an outcrop of rock that would provide shelter for the night. They began to climb towards it. Just then Silver started to growl and his fur stood on end. What is it, boy? Tom jumped off Storm and crouched beside the wolf. He looked all around, but the hillside was deserted. Elena shivered, and Storm pranced nervously. Then suddenly the horse halted, planting all four hooves firmly in the ground. Come on, Storm, Elena said, touching her heels to his sides. It's all right, she stopped with a gasp. Storm was slowly moving backwards down the hillside, even though he was standing still. Tom, Elena cried as Storm started to slide more quickly. The ground's not safe. Jump off. Jump off, Tom yelled. Storm fought to keep his balance, but his hind legs slipped from under him. With Elena clinging to his mane, the horse fell heavily into his side. The hooves sent great clouds of mud flying into the air, and Elena crashed to the ground with a cry. Storm, Elena! Tom shouted, his voice filled with panic. Elena's eyes were wide with fear as she pointed up the hill, past Tom. Mudslide! Mudslide! She screamed. And that was chapter 1. Hope this gets public. Because last time it didn't work out so well. I tried 3 times and it went private every time, so I'm trying this again. So, yeah. Well, I hope you guys enjoy my videos so far. And I hope you check out my DeviantArt and, yeah. Dragon Master Mario. Well, hope to see you in the next video. Bye!